The landlord says, we got the bed bugs from the tenant, and the tenant saying, we got the bed bugs from the landlord. Apartment complexes are difficult because the hallways are carpeted, and the dirty secret is there are bed bugs all over the luxury hotels in Las Vegas. So I don't know what to say about yours, but you can pay the rent to me. All right, next is Stonehouse Apartments. These have had several different names over the years. Versus Danielle Lombard. Ms. Lombard is here. Mr. John Bradshaw is here on behalf of the plaintiffs. This rent is $980 per month. And at the time of filing, the arrearage was $25.15, I think. Mr. Bradshaw, what's the current status?
So the current amount due, Your Honor, through the Ms. Lombard, through the month of November is $4,495.27. There's $197.14 in court costs. So again, through November, the total amount is $4,692.41. And as you know, Your Honor, we are more than happy to do a conditional dismissal in these matters.
Ms. Lombard, what's your position?
I am waiting for them to take care of the bug infestation. It's been 6 months at least. They've put little effort in. They've actually done more treatment since they served me than they have up until this point, or before they served me.
Okay.
And is it bed bugs or what?
Roaches, it's both.
Both bed bugs and
roaches.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was the roaches first, then June, and then when I turned the heat on about 2 months ago, there's been bed bugs ever since.
And
all right. Well, bed bugs are a difficult situation. Sometimes they're chicken or the egg. The landlord says, we got the bed bugs from the tenant, and the tenant saying, we got the bed bugs from the landlord. Apartment complexes are difficult because the hallways are carpeted, and the dirty secret is there are bed bugs all over the luxury hotels in Las Vegas. So I don't know what to say about yours, but you can pay the rent to me. We'll do an escrow order, and you will pay your rent to me, and then we'll determine whether you should get an abatement regarding the bed bugs. Have you made an effort to move?
I'm currently looking for a place. They were telling me that they were going to take care of it. So I got sick of waiting, and I stopped paying and just wanted to see maybe I can get out of my lease and move.
Well, there's a way to do it properly when you pay when you stop, and the way isn't to just stop paying. There's in your defense, hardly ever does anybody ever do it right, but you put the landlord on notice that I'm not paying the rent because of bed bugs. So you're going to pay the rent to me. So I'm going to do an escrow order. Rent is $980 per month. $980 for November and $980 for December. And if you pay that, then we'll have a hearing regarding the bed bug issue. If you don't pay it, I'm just going to use their number. Sometimes people say my faucet leaked, so I stopped paying the rent. And that's a way just to not pay the rent.
I understand.
So
I have the
escrow
money.
is you pay the rent to the court, and then if you prevail, you get either credited or your money returned. If the other party prevails, they get the rent. Now we can go a couple ways with this, Mr. Bradshaw. We can simply adjourn this to December 2nd. But we're still going to have the bed bug issue, or we can just see whether she pays the escrow.
When would the date where you would require Ms. Lombard to pay the escrow?
December 1,
Okay, so then I would suggest we do both. That is,
December 2, that's a Monday.
yeah, so let's, if you'd like, we can adjourn it to December 2nd. Would it be in the morning or the afternoon?
Well, right now, December 2nd is crowded, but if she pays the escrow, we can set a hearing on December 2nd. If she doesn't pay the escrow, we could give her 10 additional days to pay the rent or be subject to being evicted. Miss Lombard, you could use some help from legal aid, and legal aid isn't here today. I sent you the information on how to contact them. But if you've got a legitimate issue regarding bed bugs, maybe your
And
rent should be.
cockroaches, Your Honor, and cockroaches. They're really bad, yes.
All right, then maybe you want to get out of there anyway. And so maybe you want to decide you'd rather use that money for first month's rent and security deposit in another place than pay me. But it might take a while to set up a hearing, a half-a-day hearing regarding bed bugs. We get into testimony from exterminators, apartment complex managers, defendants. And I've been through this a number of times. And as they say, we didn't have bed bugs until they got there, or we didn't have cockroaches until they got there. And this is the only unit on the floor that has the problem. Or maybe your side of the story, everybody's got bed bugs and cockroaches and nobody's happy and the apartment's not doing anything about it. I don't know where the truth is. I've just been here before. Sometimes the cockroaches are the tenant. So I don't know about this. That's why we have people testify under oath and give testimony. So we're going to continue this to December 2nd.
And if I could get Ms. Lombard's phone number, Your Honor, so she and I can be in contact, so I can do some homework.
All right, I will put her in a breakout room with you here in just a minute.
Okay. I'll go into that breakout room with her, get her information, and then I'll come back in because I have a 9:55.
Yes.
Thank you.
Just a minute. About 2 p.m. on December 2nd.
Perfect.
All right, Ms. Lombard, we don't necessarily disbelieve anything that you're saying here. It may all be true. He's going to confer with the landlord, but I'm going to send you an order that isn't very pleasant. You got to pay 2 months rent to me. And so what happens when you're paying, when you stop paying, you're supposed to put the money in escrow, put it in a bank account saying, I hereby declare I'm not paying my rent because of bed bugs. So you pay June, July, August, September's rent into a bank account. But what really happens is people say, I'm not paying the rent because of bed bugs, and then they spend the money on something else. A car payment, an insurance bill comes due, and they really don't, they haven't set the money aside. So the escrow order to the court makes you set the money aside with me. So even though they allege that the rent is unpaid since July, I'm ordering that you pay November and December's rent. If you don't pay that on December 2nd, I'm going to give you 10 days to move out or be subject to being evicted. That would be by December 12th.
Yes, sir. I can pay it to you though, to the court?
Yes, we'll send you a copy of the order.
Okay.
And the way this is all crashing together, it'll be due the day of the hearing. So if we confirm by the hearing at 2 o'clock that you paid November and December's rent, we'll proceed accordingly.
I can pay that today, sir.
All
It's
right,
not a
very
mini
good.
issue. Okay.
All right, very good. Then we're probably going to end up having a trial about bed bugs. Nothing I like more than that.
We'll see if we
Except
can get it
travel.
resolved somehow, Your Honor. Maybe I'll
right.
homework on it.
All right, I'm gonna put you both in what's called a breakout room and let you discuss it with Mr. Bradshaw. Perhaps they can work out some sort of agreement. So when you see the button that says join, click on that and you guys can talk privately.
Thank you.
Okay.